the weekly roundup, weekend in Friday the 30th of April. Hope that you continue to enjoy the reports. Don't be afraid to subscribe in the link below. Any comments, pop them in the box. Love to hear from you. Also, as well, check out the website for all the latest reports from us, and also the App Store for the link to the research app. Getting a lot of good positive feedback on this one. Very much a real trader's companion. And I'd just like to take the opportunity to thank our friends at ABBFN for being awarded Best Advisory Services for 2021. Really appreciate the backing there. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure, and hopefully we'll keep working away. Right. What's been going on this week? Well, despite there being a lot going on in the markets and on a stock better level, indices both in Europe and the US have barely moved, hovering around the record highs and looking to end the week roughly where they started. Earnings season's in full swing on both sides of the pond. In the UK, the focus was on the banks and the oil majors, which both of our areas outperformed. And in the US, the focus was on US tech, and particularly the FANGs, less than Netflix, which reported last week. So big names in tech reported stellar numbers, smashing forecasts. The Fed offered support to equities whilst dragging on the US dollar after keeping monetary policy on hold. The Fed have also acknowledged the improving economic recovery in the US, but they have reiterated their supportive stance. So the Fed's Powell insisted that it was too soon to talk tapering. Data-wise, US first quarter GDP showed that the US economy grew at a faster pace in the first 3 months of this year than it did in the Q4 of 2020. The US GDP actually expanded 6.4% on an annualized basis, and this is up from 4.3% in Q4 last year. US jobless claims also dropped to the lowest level since the start of the pandemic as well. The numbers are really just suggesting that the US economy and economic recovery is very much on the right track. In Europe, Eurozone GDP came in at a better than expected minus 0.6% quarter on quarter. So whilst the indices are ending the week flat, across the month they have performed well. The FTSE and the Dow set for 3% monthly gains, and the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 are looking at 6% monthly gains. Over in the FX market, US dollar rose after strong GDP data, but it's still on track for a weekly decline. The euro and the pound have edged higher on the US dollar's weakness. So we've got the pound against the dollar gaining 0.5% this week. Euro against the dollar ticked up just 0.1% on the week. Commodities markets, well, oil's rallied. It's rallied well over 4% this week, 9% overall across the month. Rising demand expectations as countries emerge from lockdown is really overshadowing the COVID crisis in India. Let's not forget, India is the world's third largest importer of oil, so it had an initial impact on the price of oil as we saw the news, terrible news that we're seeing coming out of India at the moment. Gold is trading just 0.2% lower across the week. It has gained around 3.5% across the month of April, really being supported by a weaker US dollar. Over in the copper market, well, another big play this week for copper. Copper is trading at a decade high and almost an all-time high as rebounding economies stoke up the demand. Whilst the base metals are surging, demand for copper is even stronger given the current push towards green energy sources and copper being used in everything from electric vehicles to solar panels. Notable stocks in the UK, we saw Antofagasta, a copper miner, not too surprising there then. They've rallied 4% across the week on the back of the copper price and trades 12% higher across the month. Lloyds have surged 6% across the week. Now just stop for a second there. Lloyds have surged. Not very often the word surge and the words Lloyds come into the same sentence, but they posted a forecast beating 1.9 billion pre-tax profit, and the bank released £459 million from bad loan reserves, signalling a cautiously confident outlook. Barclays, however, is down 5.5% despite strong numbers. Failure by the bank to release bad loan reserves has just unnerved investors. And big mentions in the US. Facebook. I mean, whilst all the FANGs have supported surprisingly strong results, Facebook has been the biggest reaction. The shares jumped over 7% on Thursday after beating Wall Street forecasts for both profits and revenue. Revenue surged 48% thanks to a jump in digital advertising and higher prices. So EPS $3.3 and new monthly active users jumped by 50 million. Alphabet, they hit a fresh all-time high. They're set to gain 4% across the week after beating on revenue and earnings. As again, advertising revenues rose sharply as companies prepared to reopen. So Amazon is also set to hit a fresh all-time high today, breaking out above 3,500 after sales surged 44% to over $108.5 billion. And EPS smashed forecasts at $15.79 against the $9.54 expected. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to subscribe. Any questions, don't hesitate to ask, and enjoy the bank holiday. The sun is shining, so enjoy it. Thank you. Goodbye.